get a little lo-fi hip-hop going in this bad boy. What do we got going on over here? Let's turn this down a little bit. Got some weakness. Got some major weakness already off the open. Where are we at here? Can we see the stream details here? All right, we are live. Let's do this. Copy the link. Send this bad boy to Twitter. Give me 1 second, fellas. Hold on. No action just yet. I have a couple levels that we're going to go over here in 1 second. Just give me one moment. And let's do it. Friday, weakness. Love this weakness. I took a little trade or two. I can't remember this morning. Only up $35. It was just quick little scalps just to test the waters around 8:30. We started getting real weak. After this news dropped, just saying that the interest rates are like near the highs, which is pretty crazy. So here we go. We're going to look for some Friday moves. I'm probably not going to take too much. Again, my goal is just $500 a day. So let's get this going. Looking at some levels here over in the QQQ. We are very, very fucking weak right now. So let me try to see the daily chart. Holy shit. Oh my God, I love the daily so much. So there is a level. I'll drag this over here so everybody can see this. So I'm looking at the daily. I was looking upside earlier because it was looking promising. Now I'm looking downside. So I've been talking about this gap fill down for a little bit now. Let me see if I can extend this bad boy. So we have room all the way down to 383 today if we start seeing even more weakness. I don't know if we're going to, just based off of the volume already. But here is going to be a big level for me. And then obviously that breakdown will send us down to this gap fill around 378.75-ish, 378.50. But massive potential move today if we can see that weakness on the downside. I don't know who wants to hold over the weekend. If they do, kind of out of their mind in my opinion. But this could be a really great trade to the downside. And maybe we could even hold this. It looks like 384 is really strong. I would even say 384, like 25-ish. I could probably catch some downside on a little bounce, but I would keep my stop very small. So we are really, really weak right now. I don't want to chase, per se. I'm going to sell a limit here at 48. Maybe I could catch like a quick little bounce. That's what I'm looking for the downside. I don't know if it's going to fill me on that. It's pretty high up. That'd be a pretty nice bounce. That bounce would kind of signify like a little bit more of a a rebound. This thing is just cooking down. Cooking down. There's way more room down to this 384.25-ish area. I don't want to chase at all because that could be the recipe of like a nice little $200 loss right off the bat, which we're not going to do. We're not going to do that whatsoever. So going to be patient. I see the downside crazy today, so that's what I'm playing with. That's what I'm going with, and I'm sticking with it for a little bit. But this could be massive, right? So if we go all the way down from that 383, I think the 384 level is probably pretty consistent. If we go 384 to 383, that gap fill is going to pay salaries. And I'll probably end up playing that, beating this test account today, potentially, if that's the case. I'd have to see more volume come in. But be careful of a rebound, a bounce. Don't be biased. I'm always biased when it comes to gap fills, so I just got to make sure that I'm playing it safe and not actually hiding or rolling that stop loss down until 370 or 383 is broken for that $5 drop. So we're only down $1. It's not a huge move whatsoever. I don't know if there's going to be any news today at 10 o'clock. Should probably check that. Here comes some volume. I don't know if I want to play this 15.48 right now. It might hit me. It'd be cool if it hit me. It's getting close to my level. I'm just going to exit out of that. Damn. Got close to that 15.48. I know this downside is almost spot on. I would say it's going to hit that 384, 384.20-ish, 384, and continue to drop. That could be the bounce area at that 384 level. The only reason I'm saying this is because, let me bring this over for you real quick. Super easy, super potential right here, 384. Boom. I'm looking at this support line around 384.25, so we could see a bounce here in a little bit. I just don't want to get in too premature because we are completely weak right now. So much downside. Like I said, 378 is possible. That would be a massive payday for some shorts, but I doubt that I'll take any of that going forward until I see that 383 breakdown. Would love to see like a little rip up here. Seeing a small amount of volume come through, which is always decent. To the upside. If I can get like in 15.847, I might take a position to the downside. See if we can get a little green candle here up to this 15.850. I would love to see a little bit of a turnaround here. There we go. A little bit of greenery. There we go. Little push.
Order filled.
I'm in one short at 15.48. I'm probably going to stop myself about $180 stop here. It might hit me pretty quick here because it could bounce, but I'm just going to keep my stop loss real small to start out the day. It does kind of look like it's curling a little bit. If it breaks 385, that's why I'm taking the short here. I see a nice little sell wall at 385. And we're at 384.90 on that uptick. So hopefully we can catch a nice little downside, catch the drop to low of the day down to that 384. That would be cool. But keeping my stop real slow and small. Just going to drag it down a little bit more. So it'd be about $150 stop. Downside potential much, much higher. See if we can get to this low of the day mark. It did bounce at 384.50. There's not a ton of volume right now, so just going to let this one play out for a second. I am up 30 currently, or was. So if I do get stopped, I'll be down 150 on the morning. So far, it looks like I might get hit here. Damn it. It's going for that 385 test right now. I got a good stop loss. It's right above that 385 mark, so just mitigating my risk. Just playing one on the 75K test account till we beat it. Probably start buying two and stuff once I see better similar setups. But if it goes above 385 here, most likely going to get stopped out. But I do like the current position we're in as long as there's no volume spike to the upside. I don't see any volume spike right now, so I'm still liking this opportunity. Here we go. As it starts to go down, I will put my stop loss much smaller. I don't know if it's going to bottom out here. I can't really tell if the volume is just going to be completely dead all day or if I should just take these quick small gains. I would hate to see this just rip above 385. It kind of looks like it's forming a base. I don't know if I am in a good position currently just because the volume is so low. Looks like it might spike down or spike up on me and hit my stop. I could make my stop just a little lower here, preserve a little bit of capital, but I'm going to set my stop loss a little bit lower here to lock. I think it'd be about $125 loss. So I'd still be down about $100 on the morning, which is absolutely nothing. Looks like it might tap that 385 here. No volume, kind of shitty opportunity here. Could be reversing on us, but like I said, mitigating the risk on the downside is the most important thing. In this case, the upside, but I like in terms of capital. So you can see how the stop loss is getting real tight. It's getting real close. Could be about a $100 stop. Yep. Probably about to hit me here.
Stop filled.
Yep. Just tested that 385. So we're out of that. Down $100. Absolutely nothing. Just keeping the stop small. The volume's really, really shaky today. Not loving that. But let's see if I can get a nice little spike up here. If it goes through 385, we might see a complete reversal. It looks like the volume is kind of coming in. But I'm not so sure that I trust the upside. I kind of want to get in on the short. I really do. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the short side is so much better. I don't know what it is about this downside that I'm really intrigued by.
Order filled.
I'm in on a short again. It'll be a quick little scalp here just to get back in the green.
Order filled.
Just a quick little scalp, down $15. I still feel like we're going to see that downside. But I have to wait for this candle to close. The volume is real bad. So what I'm looking at here, why I'm kind of going back and forth, is this engulfing candle in a downtrend right here is usually a bullish sign that it's going to reverse, right? Especially if this isn't completely engulfing to the downside. You just got a nice little print that this could start reversing to the upside. So I do like this, but keep in mind that this is the downtrend. So let's draw this downtrend real quick. Unless it breaks this, we're still in a downtrend. So I might short this pop right up here to 385.25. Keep my stop loss very small, as I always do. But if it does reject that downtrend, it's going to pay out a shit ton of money. So I'm going to try to get this short here on this test. Which will probably be like right around here. So I'll set a sell limit right there at 67. 15,867 is my sell. And then I'm going to set a stop about $100 up. So if it does go through, that's entirely fine. I would only lose $100 and I'd only be down 115. But in retrospect, the risk to reward ratio is the reason that I'm taking this opportunity here. So if it does go and test this level, which it could here in the next like 2 seconds. Come on.
Order
All right,
filled.
so we're in at that level. It did just tap that downtrend at 385.35. So if all goes well here, it won't stop me out this $100, and there it goes. So it looks like it just broke through that downtrend. So whatever. It sucks, but I mean, that's a good opportunity in my book every single time. So down 120 to start, literally nothing, but I keep my stop loss very small. If it did reject that uptrend, then it would be huge, but this is exactly what happened. It just blew literally right through it. So this uptrend that it just made is coming out of nowhere because there's literally no volume here, but you know, what are you going to do? Can't really determine that if it's going to go through or not based on low volume. So seeing a little bit of a pullback here, but kept my stop loss small because if I didn't, I would already be down about 250 on that trade. So just letting it rock until I see an opportunity. I do kind of like the way that the upside is looking now with that big of a candle, but I'm just going to be completely patient for a little bit until I see that real trade that I can get involved in. Not seeing much opportunity. I do want to smack my $500 goal for the day. It's kind of rejecting this downtrend. Look at this. It's not closing above, which is always interesting to me. It's kind of retesting this. We're going to see what this level does here. If it breaks below the VWAP down here, I'm going to go short. If it continues to break above 385.50, I'm going to go long. So I'll let you know here in like 2 seconds. Has yet to close above that downtrend, so that is kind of a good sign. Maybe I should have been more patient, but it is early. I'm going short. If it lets me in here, that'd be cool.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh, I just accidentally got 2 of those. This one might be a bad trade, guys. I just saw a huge bounce. I'm still in on 2. I should probably keep my stop loss very, very small though, just because of this bounce. So it could be about a $400 trade. I'm going to try to get out of one here in profit just to keep my risk small while I still scale this small account up. Here we go. I try to take one. All right, so I just took profit on one. It was only like $30, and I'm just going to let this one ride now that we're seeing some downside. We saw a quick little spike, but it didn't get back above, so I'm going to be confident that this is going to head back down to the lows unless we see this spike and close above this high. So would love to see like a little run down to like 384.80 potentially would be a huge opportunity in my opinion, but I'll keep my stops small as usual and won't lose much Oh, she's running. This volume is so bad today, guys. Mondays and Fridays are always usually the worst, so it's going to be tough to keep this momentum going from yesterday. It's just not moving. It's just choppy, but I am going to stay consistent on the downside right now until I see a rip above that 385.30. Would love to see the breakdown below 35. Keep in mind that this market loves to go green, so might close this trade out if I see like a tiny bit of green again. I'm not confident on either side right now. There's literally zero volume, so this is just a guessing game to me. Feels like it's strong. I'm not sure that I love the downside here. I am going to keep my stop at 200 bucks here. I'd be down 300, which is not the best opportunity, but I also don't want to catch that rip all the way to that high of the day because it has room all the way up to 386.50. So I'm keeping my stop right at 200 bucks. It's a little less than 200 bucks, be 180. But I'm either going to get stopped or ride this down to that low. My max losses on given days in this count will probably be about 600 bucks, maybe 400. I feel like that's probably a good one. Yeah, this volume is all over the place. I'm probably just gonna chill out for a while until I see anything else because that's pretty bad. Down 285. So been getting stopped out a lot. The market's just been pretty brutal so far in this action, but taking some risks. Doesn't look like it wants to break down for us. It's just moving like 10 cents, 20 cents at a time. So this is usually a pretty bad futures market to be trading, especially options. Do not be dabbling in options today unless there's individual names that are going crazy because the market in the SPY is only down 10 cents, QQQ 40 cents. So we're not seeing any movement today. To be down 280 so far blows, but I've taken opportunities that I have seen pretty good RR, but as of right now, there's literally nothing going on. I might try to go with this momentum to the upside now that it's bounced like 4,000 times. I'm going to take one momentum trade here. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to probably call it on this account just because I don't want to hit my hit my stops, and especially don't want to get near that daily drawdown. So there's a little bit of a pullback. Oh, wow. She's really pulling back. It's 10 a.m. too, so news. So be careful on getting in any positions. Damn. Did I get in like a tiny bit premature on those shorts? I may have. Damn, this thing is getting weak. I am going to try a short again, I think. Just a quick one.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm in one right now. It could bounce on me. I'm going to keep this really, really small. Be about another 100 bucks or so. Might stop me. I don't know. I'm biased to the downside today, guys. The volume is really kind of screwing me up. I won't lie. There's no momentum opportunities, which is always a really, really tough environment. But I'm trying to stay true to these levels because if I do catch this short, it will pay a bag. This will probably be one of my last trades of the day if this does end up stopping me out, if it starts bouncing. Because that means I have no grasp on the market this morning. But I still feel like this downside is such good potential. Just not timing it up well. I'm going to try to be a little bit more patient on this one. But if it does start bouncing towards this high, I will be down about $600 or $700. At that point, I'd be under the 75K starting, and I don't want to push the limits, especially on a Friday. But I do really like this trade opportunity. Got to risk it. There we go. Starting to lose that 385. I just don't want to see a bounce at 385. The break below would show me that there's a lot of weakness. Here we go. There we go. Don't bounce. Don't be a dick. Damn. Well, it was a dick. For now. Hopefully we can keep this. This momentum is so bad. I honestly don't think anybody should be trading this action at all. I probably should have been more patient to wait for this volume because this is absolutely terrible. But now that I'm seeing this 15-minute chart, it does look like it kind of has this bullish engulfing pattern. But this volume is so bad that I can't even really tell which way we're going to go. The SPY's still down 17 cents, and we're still down 80 cents on the QQQ. So I'm going to let this one play out for a little bit. I'm going to be patient unless it starts absolutely ripping out of nowhere. But I have a bias to the downside. And I feel like it could be a good opportunity. So I'm just going to let this play out for a second. Not the easiest morning, that's for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's bouncing. Above 385.50, I got to get out. Keep this at the $600 loss on the day. I could add to this short and stop myself very small if this is the reversal here, but this looks like it just might be a sideways day, boys and girls. I'm still short, but we're not confident this market's going to move at all today. No sizable opportunities. So I'm only playing one contract. If If I could see any sort of opportunities like with momentum, I would buy another one, but this is not looking good on either side, really. If anything, I would say downside has the most amount of opportunity. The upside could run back up to 386. So my risk to reward ratio here is still intact, but I'm not loving anything I'm seeing right now. So confidently could say if you're in anything, I'd probably close it out. I'm not doing anything more than one contract at a time here. I've been stopped out like 3 or 4 times here just because the market's chopping back and forth. It's just not a good futures day, and sometimes you'll have that. The best days, in my opinion, are always Tuesday through Thursday. Fridays, I either hit or miss with them, really. But I still really, really like this downside. I know it's probably going to stop me out here in the next couple ticks. Above 385.50, I'll be out, which is about a 25-cent jump. Let's see what it does here. If anybody can see what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing is a nice little run up, a breakout of that downtrend, but here is that reversal candle that I usually love to look for. It could be creating another uptrend over here, so we'd have to see the breakdown of this uptrend, kind of creating one of these little pennant actions. And I mean, if it breaks above this 385.50, it's off to the races, but for me, it kind of is creating like a bear flag to me. But we're going to have to wait and see for that action. That's why I'm short right now. I do see this 15-minute chart have a nice little green, large engulfing wick, which is usually an indicator that it can go up. I just see a lot more potential to the downside, especially with these Bollinger Bands starting to face down. I don't know. I like the opportunity to the downside a little bit. If I get stopped out, it's whatever. It's not a big deal, just because it's only one contract, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the downside. If I can see the levels to break below that, like if it doesn't shoot above this 385.50, then I'm probably going to take another short just to ride the momentum down. But Bollinger Bands are just kind of leveling off. There's no volume in the market. There's no direction. And it could just be like a sideways inside day, but we'll have to wait and see. 10 a.m. news already dropped. I would love to see the break below 385 here. Could go with the momentum on the downside. Just trying to be as patient as possible. I think I'm down on the day $200 so far, but I think that this trade could push me in a really good direction, especially if we start to see that low of the day mark. All right, 160. 140. I still see some. I mean, we just broke that downtrend. So here's what I was talking about. We just got that rejection. Looks like it's starting to hammer that. There we go. Some more downside cooking. We're up 275, 290. Can you give me that low of the day, please? 260, 285. We're green.
Order filled.
I'm taking my profit there, guys. I know it's could potentially break down, but still down 40 on the day. I just want to reset, and I don't want to catch the bounce real quick. I want to reset, take a better opportunity here. If it does end up going down to that low of the day, I just want to make my $500 and get out. It's taking me a little bit longer than usual, but I did like the downside. The volume is terrible. CLF trending today. What is CLF? I don't really trade much other than the futures of the Qs nowadays. Cleveland Cliffs. The opportunity for me there would be 0. But QQQ, on the other hand, I just see so much opportunity to the downside today. Like, I think it could really, really get destroyed below that 384. I'm being hesitant on that low of the day test right now, though, because it's only 30 cents below, and it looks like the volume is cheeks. So I'm trying to get out of there. Secure some gains. Still down $40 on the day, which is terrible. 40 minutes in, we're just kind of Just chilling. Yeah, this is pretty brutal. I might scalp this downside. I'm gonna wait to get filled above where I sold though. Wouldn't make sense to get back in where I sold. It might hit this low of the day, which is that 384.50. So it's right on the turnaround, but it's not as weak as I would like to see it to get involved. Come on, let me see like a little pop here. I feel like I have to go with the momentum to the downside, guys. It's just getting engulfed. It's usually a bad sign to be weak. I'd have to be really patient because the volume is terrible, but we're about to hit low of the day probably. If anyone's in the downside, you're chilling right now. I would not be. I closed out early just because I had a rough start. But I mean, if you're in, I don't even know if I would sell. I would wait for that low of the day break. I'm telling you, I think that we're going to 383. If we go to 383 and break below that, this could end up being like a really big flush day. I don't know if the volume is there for a massive flush day. We're only at 7 million, 45 minutes in. But we're definitely weak. And now we're about to be low of the day. There's low of the day right there. Damn. I was right the entire time. Shit. All right, well, she's weak. She's now at low of the day, and she's still cooking down. 384.25. I might short this.
Order filled.
I'm in one short. I don't want this to stop me that fast. God damn it. $34.92. This is like my teeter zone. If it breaks above this VWAP, it's gonna fly. I should not have taken that short. Damn.
Stop filled.
Damn. All right. Guys, I can't get on the right side of this. Still down 385. My max should be probably around that 500 mark on the day. Still up on the account, but this volume is so fucking bad. This is so bad. I guess it's going for this double bottom. I mean, this action is just terrible. There's no reason for me to even try to scalp this. Like, it's definitely gambling right now. I'm trying to pick the right side. It's just not worth it. So, might cash it. I'll try one more trade. I'm going to try to go with momentum one last time here. And if it works out, it works out.
Order filled.
It's right at this VWAP line, it could end up just exploding towards that high, but it is always funny, like when you enter sometimes, like days like this, I'll like always be in. If I'm shorting something, it'll explode and I'll be down like 180 right away on one contract. But as soon as I enter something, it always like starts to idle. If I am on the right side. This does look like it does have momentum to the upside right now, though. It kind of does feel like a double bottom, as long as we can start pushing towards that 385.50. But again, there's no volume. I'm really just kind of just throwing shit at the wall right now to see if it'll stick. But 35.18. 18. It looks like it has room to that 50 mark. I could take that. I'd probably take like $200, and I'd still be down about $100. It's just a tough market today. Nothing wrong with that. Just don't make sure you don't blow your account trying to trade stuff. Don't overtrade. I'm definitely overtrading now. This is like my 10th trade or 8th trade, trying to figure out the direction, and there is no direction. So I might just take this this run profit. If I can get above $100 here, be down like
Order filled.
down 250. So I mean, that's really $250 is absolutely nothing. I'm just going to be waiting this one out. I think it might break that 385.50, but we're just going to get some chop levels for now. The volume's consistent. There's no direction, so just going to wait. Don't really see any opportunities at all, which I feel bad about, but I can't force the market, so I don't really feel that bad. Yeah, Alex, I think you're right. Not ideal trading conditions. Probably calling it a day. I might do the same thing for the morning too. This is pretty brutal. 7 million in volume. 50 minutes in. Not entertaining at all. It's inching near that high of the day. Do I go for it? This action is terrible, guys. I really feel like this is useless. It's not really helpful for anybody. It's more so just playing a game of roulette, like John Berger said. John Berger. I kind of want to see it. I want to see it through. Because what would that be? Be about $150 a contract.
Order filled.
I'm going for it. Just a quick little scalp, probably. Unless it continually reverses. It should push up, but... Are you serious? I just saw that big sell order. That would happen. Damn. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You go for one scalp and you get fucking torched. Always got to be careful the daily drawdown in your trades on the test account. So be careful of that always. So I'm just staying patient with this one. Just checking the daily drawdown. Still down 100 some. I like that bounce. I'm not gonna lie. Could see the high of the day here in a second. There we go. Back green. It was a little scary. This movement is terrible. Now I know for a fact this is gonna break that high. There's no way it bounces that low and then rebounds like that to not go. So she'll come back. And if it doesn't, this is one of the worst trading setups I've ever seen. We should see probably like this 15, 8, and 90. So I could end up making like $400 off this trade if there's no random ass spike down. There we go. Just saw some buyers come through. I need to see this 385.50 break, and then I'll be chilling on this trade for a little bit to the upside. Should see a new high here in a second. Jeez, man, this is crazy. Only 3 viewers are left back. All right, so I'm probably gonna hop off this. I'm gonna finish out this trade. Probably close up the day around 300 or so. Maybe I'll be down 200 or 150 off the morning, but it's really just bouncing right at my level, which is insane. Should be pushing through here in a little bit, but if you catch the upside momentum, you should be able to make a nice trade out of this. It's just the movement's not there. I don't recommend people be trading in this right now. This environment is terrible. I do like the upside more than the downside right now, just based off of the double bottom there. But I'd probably take the day off if I was anybody. I would take the day off. This is terrible. I'm probably, as soon as this goes green, I'm going to close it out flat. I'll close out the morning about $200 down, $250 down. And if I see anything, I will signal it in the channel. So I'll see you guys.